Hello everyone, Lady Rose here. I'm here to show off another junk journal that I did. I'm doing a flip through of this junk journal. Now this one's already sold. It was a commission work that I got ordered. So if you like this style, I'm sort of calling it like a unicorn style. You'll see why once I open it. But yeah, if you want to have your own custom junk journal made for you, let me know. And I'll start out with the cover. So there's the cover there. And then I do also all these charms and whatnot on it. So she's got lots of beads, a key, a peacock, and all kinds of different, like these ones are rose charms and things like that, right? So it's held together with the purple star bow. So I'll just undo that. And it is stuffed full. So one of the things about my junk journals is you get lots of information and lots of extra stuff. It's literally stuffed. So here's the first page. I hope I'm in frame. This is the unicorn on the first page, and there's some lace trim there. She's got some tags in here. So there's a couple little tags if she wants to write anything down. There's a little envelope here. And each of the envelopes in this particular junk journal have little secret messages in them. Of course, I always include my little receipt. She's number 8 of my commission work that I've started doing now. So number 8, so that goes in there. It's just a little thank you for the purchase kind of thing. So there we go. And I'll be hopefully posting this tomorrow. There's her first title page for her junk journal. Then we flip over and we've got our first pocket here. This pocket is made of my sort of faux homemade paper that I did. Another little envelope here with some secret messages. There's an oracle card with the meaning of the oracle card there. Unicorn, she loves unicorns, so I've got a second unicorn journal that has been ordered. So this is another journal card, so she can write on the back of that. 2 tags, and again, same thing on the back. She can write on the back of these tags. And then there's a goddess card in here as well for her, and then just a wee little tag. And then of course this is paper that she can, I leave a lot of blank space. This is what I call the unicorn paper. So I did that up, and you know, she's free to journal on that journal. This is just another journal page that I included in there. Then there's, you know, special message, a little ephemera there, a butterfly, a lace butterfly, and more paper. There's another little, there's a couple little paper, not paper clips, but clothes pins there. And this is another little envelope that has a secret little message in it. This is a page I got out of an art book. It's a Russian artist. I can't remember his name. I'd have to look it up. But I thought I'd keep the painting. And then this is her belly, I can't remember what it's called, a belly wrap or something like that. So it's a style. So it's like, it's just a long piece of lace that I've used in this case. She's got a journal card here. I'll undo the paper or the clothespins here that's holding this in. But for this one, dreaming is doing. And then there's a postcard sort of vintage style in the back that she can either actually use, or she can use it as a journal card. And in here is the start of her, some of her self-improvement papers. So this is a journal for a journey of hers that she's doing. So there's the self-care tracker that I included, and self-care. So she's in the middle, her name, and then she would just tick off, like mark off what some of the self-care things that she wants to do. And then the tracker is all color coordinated, if you can see. So it's color coordinated to each circle. And on the first of the month, how many of those did you do? On the second, and then she can track and see if she's doing something for herself every day. So that's just part of what's included in this. There's a secret message under there for her once she pulls these papers out. Until then, it's hidden away. And then there's another journal page here with just a nice little message. We'll put these clothespins back on so everything's back in place. And I can't forget this little envelope. I should do a little video on how to make those envelopes if anyone's interested. I included a little lace on here. There's another, just a pretty page. Sort of, I was going for the goddess vibe, unicorn vibe. And, you know, this is the Midnight Garden. And then there's a nice little message here. I included some of the black lace. So the way I kind of laid out this book is it goes from super, super light, the unicorn kind of energy, to the middle part. It has 3 signatures in it, so it's 3 sections. So the middle section is more the fashion, Paris vintage kind of section, and then the last section gets a little bit darker, because when I interviewed this client, and I do that with all my clients when I'm doing a junk journal for them, she was kind of like all over the board. She's very eclectic in her tastes, so I had to include a lot of different elements in this one. So it was a challenge, but I really liked the challenge because it's very much the kind of junk journal I would have made for myself, because I'm very eclectic in my tastes as well. So more blank pages, some more blank pages. This is one of the goddess cards that's included with the bulldog clip there. There's a little piece of paper under there with a message under that particular goddess. This is one of the stamps that I did. You may have watched that video on my YouTube channel of how to make a stamp look like it's been through the mail and things have been mailed without actually having a postage stamper, and then it's held in by the clip, of course. And this is another, just a goddess page, as I'm calling it, and the message is, I've loved the stars too fondly to be fearful of the night, and that's by Sarah Williams. And then this is the butterfly page. So I made this with napkins. I can also do a video on that. So it's sort of almost a faux homemade paper, but I did it purposely so that it would show up these napkins. And then this is an old piece of music paper out of a music school book. Took some lace and included this in the middle so she can write on here. Then there's a little secret message here that, you know, she'll find. Another card, oracle card here for her to find. And then on the back she can write on there. She can write on the back of this paper as well, the butterfly paper. A couple more blank ones she can write on here too. I was using a spray distresser and seeing what it would do, and it just seemed very colorful for this particular section of hers. Then there's another card here, an oracle card, and there's a little message in this envelope. It's tucked in underneath this card. And then there's some nice tulle, and there's a lovely unicorn page. And it's all, the tulle is, it's attached to the paper clips. So just paper clip that back in so it's being held properly. But they're fun little paper clips. And then on this side, I simply put in an envelope, put one of my ephemeras on there, and then I glitzed it up a little bit. There's a special little secret thing in there for her to find. And then, of course, all these pockets that are there, she can still put more stuff if she gets more stuff to put in. Magic is everywhere. Little feather and lace. One of my goddess pages. Then some blank pages here. And then this card, or this page here, I really like because it had a little bit of a pink moon. And selenophile, a person who loves the moon. A little message and sort of meaning there. This is a little pocket here for her. It's not glued in, so she can take it out and move it around on different pages. Of course, there's a little secret thing in there. It says open me. And then some more of that unicorn paper. This is literally unicorn paper, harder to write on, so that one she can journal on. She can journal on the back of that. Some more blank pages for her to journal on. Then there's a pocket here for her with lots of tags and room to put more tags if she wants. There's another little inspirational card there. So you also get like inspirational cards with my junk journals. this is the introduction to the second section. So we're going more vintage, Paris, that sort of thing. So this is the first page of it. Second page is the peacock sort of pocket. We've got the book ends here, the corners there with special peacock ribbon. There's a journal card in here. There's some more of those self-improvement, different ones for different things. So these self-improvement ones, this one is, her vision board. So there's a little piece of paper there for her to do a little bit of a mini vision board if she wants, or she can just journal on it. It's totally her journal, so she can do whatever she wants. Just unicorn, still going into the unicorn theme, but it's getting a little bit darker. And then another pocket here with a card, a crystal card, and then there's a little message in this envelope here. It's made out of galaxy paper, and it's got some meaning of this particular crystal so that she knows what this crystal does and how to use it. Then we've got more blank pages, and I still had some more unicorn stuff that I wanted to use. And I had this bright pink paper, so I thought, well, it'll bleed over a little bit. So there's all kinds of journal cards in here for her that I did up. And so there's some, and on the back, they're all journal cards, so she can write on them or whatever. And then there's a tag that I made with the faux paper, and then just an extra little card for her to journal on if she wants to. So I'll put these all back here, and all unicorn themed. Don't want to crush too much here. It never goes back the way you had it in, does it? All right, let's try this way. There we go. That might be a little bit better. There we go. This is out. This is out. Pull this guy back out a little bit. Tuck him in there. There. All the horses and unicorns are happy there. Okay. And then when you flip this over, there's peacocks here with the word joy. I put a little extra flair on it. Then I put a journal prompt. So some of the envelopes that I have in here also have journal prompts in them, along with secret messages. So what brings you joy, and she can journal on that page. If she has a lot of stuff that brings her joy, she can journal on all these pages. Then we've got another journal page, but I dressed it up a little. And then, oops, flipping too far, there's the first collage page, or one of the collage pages that I did up for her. So airmail to Paris and bird, and it says fly there. So journal page if she wants to journal there. Another little page I got out of a Paris journal kit with some lace. And then over here I made this pocket, and it's just a reminder to dance, use some old sheet music. Had this lovely little old-fashioned record player thing, and then it has a bunch of journal cards and other cards. So I've taken that as a postcard or an old greeting card, I think. There's a oracle card that's in there for her. Another oracle card here. The meaning, there's extra meaning to this one, so it's tucked away in this little envelope for her. And then we've got some tags here for her to use if she wants to use those as journal cards or whatever. Then we get in shoes. Ooh la la. If the shoe fits. Blue lace along the side. This actually came from a Cinderella junk journal kit. So I do fairy tale junk journals as well. Little mini journal inside the journal. So there's some pages here that she can write on. Yeah, so there's some extra little pages here, some pretty flowers, but she can write right over top of any of these if she wants to. Put a little sticker back here. This is that really old paper, like from the early 1900s kind of thing. Butterfly, a little bit of tulle there. Then we've got some more blank pages for her to journal on. Another collage page, collect beautiful moments. I had fun doing this collage page. That was a lot of fun. Then just another It kind of worked out quite nicely because I did gold border for this one, but it got rubbed in certain places, so it actually kind of, to me, and being on this brown paper, being framed by it and then having it right next to it, it kind of gives it a little bit of a shabby vintage look to it. So I really like the way that kind of accidentally worked out. Had another bright pink page, so this is what I put on it. I collaged on this background and then the butterfly and then the saying. And then on this side, I did some lights. Never before have I felt so trapped, so seduced, and caught up in a story. And then I did a journal prompt of what is your story. And then we go into some more blank journal pages. They've all been aged, so they're a lot of fun. There are lots of crinkly noises when you're writing on them. This is actually one of the paper clips that I do up. I'll do a video on how to dress these paper clips, because this actually started out simply as one of these. Make sure I'm in frame. So it started out as this, and it's this on this side, and on the other side it's the sunflower with a little bit of lace. So I'll do a video on how I did those for those of you that already have some junk journals from me and want to add more. So I also include different spirit animals into my junk journals and sort of some of their characteristics. So this is one of those animal spirit cards, and then this is very garden themed. This is another oracle card. It's from Whispering Woods that I include in there. So it's sort of wisdom of the trees, that sort of thing. That's the end of sort of the vintage kind of, and then, well, we continue with vintage. So there's a vintage tag here that she can use on the back as a journal card. It's underneath one of these paper clips again. Where did I just put it? Well, it's gone now. Oh, there it is. One of these paper clips, that's what this is again. And it's got an Eiffel Tower there because the next page is very Paris themed. So it started out kind of as a creepy, spooky kind of pink dress, but I put a corset, vintage corset maker. I had a corset here. I included one of these little mini postcards on the paperclip with a little bit of lace. It's a French lady dressed up. And then, of course, the masquerade mask and the little frame of Paris and the memories of good times. Here, this is a card, the language of flowers. I included also the black lace on here. So this is a flower underneath because, of course, when you're going out on the town, usually you get a flower or corsage. Some more blank journal page here. And then this is a little sort of tucked in pocket thing that I'm often including now. So there's a little envelope here that has a little special message. There's some inspirational sayings here, some extra little tags that I did up for her, and she can tuck more in, and technically she could put some in here if she wanted to as well. So there's another tuck spot, and then this opens up and there's even more things tucked in here, journal cards and oh happy day, some envelopes, another spirit card, and underneath all of this you'll see that there's sacred geometry kind of here. Well, there's also little stickers underneath all of these things. So even if she empties it out, this is another pretty journal card that I thought I'd include. And you can see the pockets are quite big, so you can tuck away quite a few things here, which is kind of neat. So there's lots of room for extra stuff. And because of the way it's folded, she can also just tuck it in here. Oh, happy day kind of thing. And yeah, so that's another, like, it's a big pocket for pocket stuff. Sort of darker unicorn, not quite so colorful. We're getting into the darker side of things. So, you know, she'll need special gel pens to write on this, but black paper's often fun to write on. Some more blank journal pages for her. You can see it's quite full, lots of pages. This is sort of the darker goddess that I'm calling it, and I've got all kinds of different stamps up here. This was one that just came off as extra, so I put it over here on this journal page for her. More blank journal pages. This gets into smaller ones. There's a little unicorn there again. a bit of a darker unicorn. And then this is the nod I always include when I rip apart a book. I include at least one page of the original book that it was a part of. So this is the book page that I picked to have as a nod to the book that had to be sacrificed in order to make this junk journal. So I always kind of honor the spirit of the book. So this is a little bit of a blurb from the book itself. It wasn't that great a story. I read it, but still I like to respect the words that were written down on paper. More journal pages. Then we get into this lovely little vintage page, Paris florist, little love letter here. It's kind of remind me of, you know, unrequited love kind of thing. Then she's on a journey, so she's into self-improvement, so I wanted to incorporate in some self-improvement. So I found these, which are really, really cute, and a yoga mat, some weights, and, you know, some I will, I can, you're doing great, keep going. This is another one of those paper clips that I do up. And then there's a paper clip here because this is holding some of her stuff. So the other side of the paper clip is all bejeweled there. So this one is a habit tracker that I included in. So I have these. So if you order a junk journal, you can get some of these in your junk journal should you want that. And so you can put the habits that you want to start doing, and then you track it. And you write down the month here, and you track it. And here, it doesn't really say what you put here, but I was thinking this could be, you know, maybe a reward. If you do A, B, and C, at least, you know, a few times a month or whatever, this is the reward you get. So it's a nice little sheet there. I really like those sheets. And like I said, they can be included in your junk journal if you want them. So then there's more blank pages where she can write about the habits that she wants to start developing, another black page. And then we've got another goddess, darker goddess page here. Again, I did the stamp thing, but I did it with vintage kind of stamps. And then over here, we have a big, big pocket made of atlas paper. And then we've got another little envelope with a secret message in it. Most of the envelopes always. But the other thing that you can do with the envelopes, it's not just about secret messages. So she's got a secret message in here, but it unfolds like this so that you can then use this to journal or write something important to you down on it, kind of thing. So yeah, there's multiple uses for these envelopes. Then she's got a whole bunch of these papers in here that I've included for her. So there's the goals, your goal page. What are your goals? Your year, you know, you can map out your year if you want. We've also got in here, I had to fold them individually so they'd fit in nicer. There's the week, so you can, this week's wins, what could improve, so you can reflect back on your week. It's one thing to make a to-do list, it's another thing to reflect back on it, so it's always a good habit to get into. This month's goals, so you can write out what your goals are, what wins you had that month when you're reflecting back, and how to improve for next month. Then there's still more in this pocket. There's lots of stuff in this pocket. And then this one is your mind map, my mind map. So this is, it's kind of like sort of a flow chart that you could do, but again, it's your paper. You can do whatever you want with it. You could draw stick people in there for all I care, or, you know, because it's yours. So it's gridded because then you can do a bit of a flow chart of where do you want to go and what are the steps that you need to take. And you kind of like, sort of like a map, obviously. And you could use the back for another map when you have a new plan. So all of that is tucked away in this pocket for her. So she's got tons and tons of stuff. And I do these videos partly so that people who order their junk journals can watch the video and know where all the hiding spots are after they've received it, because sometimes people don't find everything. And then this actually came out of an Alice in Wonderland junk journal kit, and I just thought it seemed very appropriate for this particular journal. And then I added in the clocks, because clocks and watches, of course, always go with Alice in Wonderland. And then that's the end, and it ends with some of my faux paper that handmade paper that I did. I covered it completely in this particular material, and it has the lace on the beginning, or at the back, I mean, and at the beginning here. I just love this lace. This just recently came in, and I didn't know if it would come in time, but it did. So I'm so thankful for that. And then I've got more lace out here, lace underneath the lace, and dreams come true. So like I said, she's on a journey, and I just wanted to make her journey beautiful for her. So thank you for being here for the flip through. Please leave a comment and let me know what you liked. Let me know if you want to know how I did any of the techniques, and I can do a how-to video if you want that. And I like to show the sides of the books too, because they're just packed full of all kinds of goodies, all kinds of secrets are in there. So now she can watch it and make sure she got all the things that were in there and she found everything. So thank you so much for being here. You can look in the not the comments, but the description to see how to find me and contact me if you want your own junk journal. Take care. Bye.